Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to make one of my little troll dolls. We're going to use two colours. Today I'm picking red for the hair, and I'm going to use just a peach colour for flesh. You're going to need two pony beads, black, and probably a darker brown coloured band or two for the mouth. The offset of your loom, it is going to be an extended loom. You're going to have columns 1, 2, 4 and 5 all the same height, and then column 3 is going to be a peg above it. So we will double band and we will get started. I'm starting with the hair. Move to the flesh colour bands. In my first gnome I was using tan, and then I used a light brown. Well, now I'm using a peach, so we shall see how this works out. Make sure you push these down on the pegs. It does make it easier. For the ears, you're going to take two bands and push your hook through, wrap it round once and twice, and then take two bands and we're going to slide those on. Like that. Make sure you get all of the bands on. And then we're going to splay them out. Like that. And these will go one this side. Oops, come here. No, it's going to be tricky. I'm going to have to use my hook. One. Oh, come here, fiddle factor. There we go. And the other on the other side. And then we're going to do one here as well. So take two bands, 1 and 2, slide it onto two bands, splay them out instead of hooking them on themselves. I use my hook because I'm a fumble-fingered old lady. As Ebbet likes to call me. Okay, so now we have his ears. His nose is going to go from here to here. You're actually going to take 4 bands, push your hook through, and again 1 and 2. Then you're going to slide this onto 2 bands, and you're going to do it without trying to twist them too much, sort of try and lift them up with your fingers a bit to push them onto the bands rather than sliding them on so they get all twisted, so that you can have it relatively nicely spread out. And they go here and here. Eyes are going to go across here. You're going to use 2 pony beads, black ones, and you're going to get a peach coloured band, flesh coloured band, and they're just going to go from this peg here, number 2, across to number 4. Alright, okay, we're going to do the body. Double banding. These are going to be the arms. Just short, stumpy little arms. On the end of the arms, obviously, you have your hands. A single band, wrap it once and twice, and then get 4 bands and slide that on and reclaim the end. And we're going to slide that onto the end of this arm here, like that. And then we're going to do the same. A single band, 1 and 2, then get 4 bands, slide that on, reclaim the end of your bands, and it's going to go on the end here. Okay, now we're going to do the torso. So we're going to go down 3. 1, 2, and 3. And the same one here. And then legs are going to be 1 and 2. We're going to take 4 bands, push your hook through, wrap it once and twice, like we did for the nose. Take 3 bands and slide these on. Again, try and lift it up. You don't want it, it doesn't matter as much as the nose one did, but you want it to try and be a bit smooth, you know, a smooth spread out rather than all twisted and whatnot. That slides onto here. And the same on the other side. 4 bands, wrap it once and twice, get 3 bands, slide them on, and we pop that onto the end of this one here. We're going to put an end cap on here. Take a single band, wrap it once, twice, 3 times, cut the circulation off to your hands and place it here. I like to take some other bands to do the crossover. So what we're going to do is starting here, go across in a triangle, and as I said, there's single bands, triangle, triangle. For the face, you're going to want to include all of these bands across here, like that. But we should put a triangle here as well, so that you don't get a great big gaping hole there. I'm also going to put one across here, and these are fine. So let's see what we have now. Let's do just a quick check. Hair, eyes, ears, nose, hands, feet, and we have the crossovers and an end cap. So I think we're ready to start with our looming. Come down to the foot and dig all the way down till you can get the 2 bands for the leg, and do that on either side and loom up. Here you're going to go down under that end cap, hold that end cap in place and loom up. When I get to about the chest area, I like to do the arms, just so that I know then for sure that I've got the shoulders all hooked in to the main torso. There is nothing worse than getting through it all and realising that your arms are going to fall off at the end of it all. Now here for the face, we're going to find the 2 bands that were laid on last. They're the top ones. I'm going to dig down, pull those up and across to the corresponding side. Then the next 2 top ones, up and to the side. Make sure you push these bands down, it's going to get a bit crowded. The middle one, up, and link it to the front here. These top ones need to go first, so dig down and find those 2 top ones and hook them in. Make sure you dig down past all the bands to find them. You're looking for these teardrop shapes in your bands once you've loomed them in, and that's your visual reminder that everything is loomed in properly. For the ears, you're going to dig down to the last 2 bands. Don't worry about the ear bands, just go down to the 2 bands that are on the bottom and loom them in. That's going to allow the ears to stick out a bit. Same with the nose, you're going to go down to the last 2 bands and loom them in. Don't worry about these ones up here, that's going to allow the nose to stick out a bit and protrude. Okay, dig down and loom up, loom up, oops, loom up. Okay, so now we're going to loom these ones across. And now we loom the hair, going for the top 2 bands first. Dig down past those flesh-coloured bands. Okay, so we're left with 7 areas that we could really potentially tie off. what I'm going to do, there's two ways of doing this, and I'm going to do the way that I feel more comfortable. I'm going to take the first two off the loom and keep them on my hook. Slide 2 bands onto the end of your hook, and with these two, take them and slide them off the hook, and then recapture the end of your bands. And we're going to do this a few times, using probably anywhere between 7 to 10 pair of bands. So 2 on the end, and slide these bands over and grab the end of the other hook band over and grab, over and grab, over and grab. Now these are all going to go as these long lines here, okay? So they can be different lengths, that doesn't matter, but if you want to have them so that they tie up, you want them to be long enough to be able to all reach that one spot. So we'll do a couple more here. 1, 2, and then you get a single band, and instead of just keeping on going, you take this first one closest to you, take it off the end of your hook and pull it tight into a knot, and that is your first one. So we're going to do the same with all of these. Take a pair off, put 2 bands on the end, and slide the bands off so that the new pair of bands are on the hook. Now I can see glaringly obvious that there's a band left behind. There we go, that's better. And as I said, it's usually between 7, 8, 9, 10 pair of bands to get them the right length. Compare it, see how it looks, then take a single band, pop those pair on, reclaim the end of your band, take the side nearest to you, slide it off and pull tight in a slip knot. Let's do the next one. Oops. Keep your loom together, don't let your loom fly off. Compare it to the length of the others. If you're happy, take a single band and tie it off. Keep pushing your loom down, because sometimes if you're pulling up it can put a bit of pressure and pull a column off, and that's more irritating than anything else. Usually it's just that first one that gives you trouble. Once you've got that first one on, it's easier to do the rest because you have more leeway as the length of the hair grows. Check. Broken band. Off. And our lucky last. This one is being a problem. There we go. Take our single, tie it off, turn our loom around with our crazy hair. Now I like to use the end of a crochet hook, a metal crochet hook, to take this all off. So gently easing it off the loom. Careful around the nose area, there's a lot of bands there. Especially around the hands and the feet where you've got 4 bands. Now I believe the new trend for these little chappies is to have a jewel in the belly. I don't actually remember that from when I was a kid, so I haven't done it, but feel free if you wanted to add a jewel in the belly to add a jewel. Okay, let's get the loom out of the way. Stretch your little, I was going to say gnome, your little troll into shape. Poke the eyes through. Now you're going to have to find the ears and bring them out a bit. They can get a bit stuck in the side of the head, so bring those out. And the nose as well is something that you're going to want to get your hook and poke the nose through those centre bands. Here we are. There's the nose poking through. Adjust the eyes so that they're how you want them. And you can grab a couple of bands to do the mouth. Stab him through the face. Yes, I know, I love saying that. Even my little one says that now. Oh, we're at the stabbing stage, Mummy. Haha. There we go. Now you'll probably need a clip of some sort to secure that. Now you should note also that the end of the gnome has actually been caught up in the hair, so you don't have anything to tie off for that. Now you can stretch this across as a single one for a smile, like so, or what I did earlier was actually go down one side and pull it through the middle here. If I can find the end. Ta-da! So that's one side of the mouth there, and then I did the same on the other side. I stabbed around the same spot on the other side of the mouth. That's a bit high. And then went up through the same spot to bring it back out. So hook this in. Actually, what I might do, bear with me as I do my little trick, taking two and I combine them into a single loop to hook. I just find then there's less to have on the clips. Grab the other side. That's going to come down here. You don't want it twisted. Grab that. And again, I'm going to take that other one off this hook. The other side of that. I have both bands on this hook. I'm going to loop one over the other so that I have just a single loop on either side of that S clip, and then I'm just going to pretty up his mouth by putting my hook through and stretching it a bit to try and get out any of the twists in the band. And if needed, you're going to pull through. That one is a bit twisted. There we go, that's better. So once I fix her eyes, or his eyes, there is our little naked troll. Now with the hair, you can grab the same colour if you want, or a different colour, whatever you want to do, and put it in a ponytail. I also like it to just be a little crazy at the end, and instead of having these loops, I just cut these so it just looks like stray bits of struggly messy hair. And there is our little troll. Really easy to make, so good luck with that. I look forward to seeing loads of them on the Facebook page. Thank you, bye bye.